tonight with Shepherd's Bush, Mr. Jeff Stevenson.
Yeah, boy! Thank you very much. Good evening. I'll tell you what, you want to see the weather outside? Tonight, thick... Can you hear us at the back? We can hear you. Standing out there, thick fog with 3 Fs, outside Waterloo Station. I'm waiting there, watching the grass grow, waiting for a bus. And out the thick fog came this Fiat doing 3 miles an hour in the thick fog. I thought, funny. A Fiat doing 3 miles an hour in the thick fog, no driver. I thought I'd jump in. I've jumped in the Fiat, no driver. We've pulled away in the thick fog. 3 hours later, we've pulled up outside, still no driver. The thick fog's thinned out. Vanished into thin air. I got out, this fella's got in the driver's seat. I said, don't get in there, mate, there's something wrong with that car. He said, I know you, Wally, I've just pushed it from Waterloo. Tell you what, oh, lovely, thank you. I'll tell you, here, listen. This is a lovely pub, isn't it? It reminds me of my flat. Dirty and full of strangers. It's like the pub I drink, and the pub I drink is a lovely pub. It's a beautiful pub. We call it a Tudor pub, because when you walk in, you can see where the dogs chew the carpet and the mice chew the food. I was in there the other day. Everybody who goes in there is a regular. Must be something they put in the beer. The landlord is a character. He's banned all Space Invaders, but he doesn't mind the odd coach party. Terrific pub, live music all the time. The jukebox isn't earthed. I'm in there, right? Listen, I'm in there the other day, because you get some characters in there, and there's this fella telling me about the Irish Apollo mission they've just sent up to the moon. Did you know about it? Operation Shuttlecock. Gone up in their lunar bin. Astro Murphy and Astro Flanagan, they've landed on the moon. Astro Murphy said, I'm going for a moonwalk. Stuck on his wellies, the business. When he does the business, he does the business. He gets on his wellies, he walks out, he goes round the moon. 20 minutes later, comes back, knocks on the capsule. Astro Flanagan said, who is it? Pause for laughter, carry on. He says... I like doing shows like this, it stops you getting big-headed. He says, turn it in, listen. Turn it in, I'll take a wobbler. He said, he knocks on the door, he said, who is it? He said, it's Murphy. He said, where you been? He said, we down the pub. He said, what was it like? He said, I'm not going again, there's no atmosphere. Because listen, I haven't got time. My brother, he's in here tonight. He's at the bar. He's a character, my brother. He's a bit thick. They thought he'd done a rape. They had the identity parade. The woman he raped walked in. He said, that's her. Listen, he went for a job. He went for a job. I said, how many O-levels have you got? He said, 20. He said, you're joking. He said, you started it. He said, what's your name? He said, Stevenson. He said, how do you spell it? He said, stick your job. I'm going to go to the bar now and I'm going to have a short drink. I'll see you later. I'll see you after. Ta-da. Silly impression, Irish William Tell. OK, Daddy. I've just said to the barman, I said, listen, pal, I want a little bit of lager and the rest water in a pint glass. He said, don't be daft, what do you want that for? I said, that's what you'd have, you had what I've got. He said, what you got? I said, 5p. I said to him, I want a lager. He said, we don't do lager. I said, what do you do? He said, rats. I said, rats? Rats? What sort of rats? He said, half a rat, pint of rat, rat on the rocks, rat and tonic. So I'll tell you what I'll have half a rat. He got this rat, chopped it in half, put the bottom half in the glass. I said, you Wally, I can't drink that. He said, why not? I said, it hasn't got head on it. Listen, I suppose everybody looking in, the viewers, you must be thinking about your holidays. I'm going soon. I went on one of those single holidays last year. That was great. I was the only one there. That's lovely over there. I went over to America. I got off the plane, New York's Kennedy Airport. The first thing that struck me was a mugger. Slept that first night in New York's Kennedy Park. Well, not New York's Kennedy Park, New York Central Park. Lovely place. Open air all night. Wasn't that bad. At least the muggers don't ask for a tip every time they move your luggage. Booked into the hotel. Beautiful hotel. 58 stories high, top floor. It was so high, I knew I was going to be high up when I got my room key and cotton wool for nosebleeds. Gone down to Vegas by Greyhound. Cost me a fortune in dog food. And I'm in Vegas, in this bar, and I want 20 fags. I was surrounded. This fella walks in, puts $1 in the machine, pulls a handle, and $1 million came out. He was surprised. He took a wobbler. He only wanted a coffee. And he's like, over it. Everywhere you go, there's American fellas, isn't there? Talking to an American fella the other day, he said, I love London. I said, where have you eaten? He said, Monday I ate at the Art Gallery, Tuesday the Art Gallery in Pimlico, Wednesday Chelsea Art Gallery. I said, you must be painting mad. He said, no, I'm on a gallery-controlled diet. And they're all over the place, the Americans. Everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's Americans. Big American fella walked into a hamburger place. Said, I want a pig's head. The fella said, you've got one. He said, listen, pal, I want a pig's head. He said, OK, mate. One pig's head. He said, I want it American style. Take the brains out. Listen, little fella following him. He's gone into a hamburger place, and he's come out of the hamburger place, because I've done that one. He's walking around, a little fella planting potatoes. He said, hey, man, what you doing? He said, I'm planting potatoes. He said, potatoes? You call them potatoes? Back in the US of A, we got potatoes 6 times that size. He says, yeah, we make them to fit our mouths. Thank you. Good night, God bless. Cheers. Thank you.
On a young comedian, ladies and gentlemen, who goes by the name of Mr. Jeff Stevenson. Yes?
Thank you very much. Good evening. I'll tell you what, I've had a terrible problem finding this place today. I've come up, I've stopped my car, I said to this fella, how do I get to the conference centre? He said, go up there, turn right, and turn right. I said, that'll bring me back here. He said, I know, it's over there. But it's lovely coming down to Yorkshire, because it's so, up to Yorkshire, it's so different up here, because where I live in London, it's getting very rough. I mean, you have to put your name down to be mugged. And where I live, there's a lot of crooks. This fella walked up to me the other day. He said, here, Jeff, want to spend a £5 on something that's fallen off the back of a lorry? I said, yeah. I gave him a £5, he handed me a number plate. When you come up here, and you've got a lot of pigeons up here. I thought it was a dandruff epidemic. And I looked up and it hit me. And it's a different language, isn't it? I mean, you love your sport as well, don't you? You love your sport in Yorkshire. I rang up Headingley today. I said, I'd like to talk to Ian Botham. I said, he's just gone in. I said, I'll wait. My mate crossed a cricket bat of a golf club. He got a hole in 6. And it's a different language. And football is different, isn't it? I mean, I support a football team in London called QPR. They're great. They're going into Europe this year, even if Terry Venables has to write the song himself. I was watching a game there the other week and a dog ran on the pitch. The referee booked it for fouling in the penalty area. And it's a different language, isn't it? I mean, I was in a pub today. This fella said, see thee, I was into a pub the other day and this bloke drank 14 bottles of whiskey. I said, was it neat? He said, no, middle of the day. You see? And you want to see the hotel they booked us into? Somebody should. It's a lovely hotel, it really is. It's posh. You need a credit card to get in the gents. Chandelier, carpet, stereo, video, that's only in the lift. Room service is ex-directory. Today we all had a packed lunch, 26 to a table. And I got here last night, Arrogate, because it's a lovely place, isn't it? It's a resort, the last. I thought, I'll go out, do the business, because when I do the business, I do the business. I thought, into the disco, pull the birds, all the bits. I've walked in, this girl has dropped her cigarette down the back of my shirt. I won first prize in the disco dancing contest. I took a wobbler, I'm sitting at the bar, this punk bird walked up to me. She was real punk, she had coffee on her hair to keep it up all night. Safety pin for her nose to keep them together. Bin liner on, her figure was rubbish. She's come up to me, she said, you fancy a dance? I said, yeah. She said, you won't be needing your seat then. These people come in, they all had hearing aids. This beautiful girl's dancing, I went up to her and I went... She went, I thought, great. I've had a dance with her, the business. All of a sudden I've gone... She went, I've bought her a drink. This fella walked up to her and he went, hello, Shirley, do you want to dance? She said, no, I'm stuck with this deaf and dumb fella. Good night, God bless, you've been nice. Ta-ra.
That was the fantastic Jeff Stevenson. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of Jeff.
Talented Jeff Stevenson.
Thank you very much. Lovely. Thank you. No, please, don't stop. I must say, it's lovely being back on the show, because, you know, the producer of this show, he always goes around and he looks high and low for comedians, and they got low enough, they found me. But I must say, it's lovely being back on the show, because you've got such a beautiful band here. And he said to me, he said, Jeff, we've got a great band who are really, they can play anything, and they do play anything, and they sound really fabulous. In fact, it's not a very well-known secret, but this band behind me, ladies and gentlemen, actually comforted our troops in the Falklands. Do you know how they comforted them? They didn't go. I must tell you about the latest love of my life. She's smooth, she's sophisticated, and does she go? My car. Just bought a lovely new car. You know what it's like? You're driving along, you look in the mirror, there's a panda car, 2 pandas driving. But it's like we were poor when I was a kid, all together now. I had a brother made in Hong Kong. And my brother, he was a bit thick, so thick. He went for a job. I said, how many O-levels have you got? He said, 20. He says, you're joking. He said, you started it. But it's like every week, my brother, he's funny. We're standing in the zoo the other day, and he's standing it, and he's feeding the elephants £5 notes. I said, what are you doing that for? He said, it says it's OK on the sign, look. Feed the elephants. You can't feed the elephants apples, bananas, or nuts, but £5 fine. Then there's my granddad, 88 years old, started at the bottom, but liked it. Came home from school the other day because he stayed on. And there's my little brother sitting there crying. He said, what's the matter, son? He said, Granddad, I can't do what the big boys do. So my granddad sat down, he had a cry. I mean, I went over to Jersey last summer, that's a lovely place. 75,000 alcoholics clinging to a rock. And I'm going down into Portsmouth Harbour to get on the ferry, and I'm very late. I'm running into the harbour, and I can see the ferry 35 yards out at sea. I thought, rev up. I've run like mad. I've jumped off the edge of the harbour, double somersault, and I've landed on the ferry. The captain said, you're an idiot. I said, why? He said, we're just coming in. We're late. And it's great when you do a summer season. My mate, he was out there and he stutters. I won a fiver with him one night. Sorry, I'm breaking these teeth in for the dog. He stutters like mad. I won a fiver with him one night playing snap. And we're walking along the beach. He turned around and he said, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, so I named that tune in one. He said, da-da-da-da-da-da. Did you see her? I said, who? He said, blonde, just gone by. I said, was she nice? He said, for. I said, good. He said, fair. All of a sudden, he turned around again. He said, da-da-da-da. Did you see her? I said, another one. He said, yeah, brunette. So what was she like? He said, for. I said, good. He said, fair. He was getting on my nerves by now. All of a sudden, he turned around. He said, da-da-da-da. Did you see it? I said, yes. He said, what are you treading it for? Good night, God bless. Thanks very much. Take on.
It's not often the man has to
Jeff Stevenson.
I just bought one of those Maestro cars, a talking car. I've only had it 2 days, it started to stutter. I've just bought my girlfriend's mother a microwave oven, and I've told her it's a sunbed. I was in a pub the other night, it was great, they had live music. The jukebox wasn't earthed. Lovely. What a lovely audience. Now. I'd like to say good evening. My name's Jeff Stevenson. Welcome to the show. Look at this. I can't believe it. My own show. Do you know I've been on so many auditions, I thought my name was next. I mean, this lot here, Channel 4, they rang me up, London Weekend. They said, hello, Jeff. How would you like to do your own show on television? I said, fantastic, great, brilliant. They said, it's for Channel 4. I said, don't spoil it. I said, let's talk money. I said, how much do you want? I said, oh, I get it. You want to pay me? They said, don't spoil it. Because I've been on television before me, you know. Oh, yeah. I got caught on closed circuit, shoplifting at Selfridges. But now then, don't clap on your own, mate. Then I was in that marvellous series called Looking Back. Used to start at 6 o'clock and finish at 5:30. You know, this is all thanks to my agent. I call my agent my guardian angel. The amount of work he gets me, he might as well be dead. And everybody in this studio, they're so helpful. I mean, just now the makeup girl stopped me. She said, Jeff, stop it. Oh. It's coming. And you know, London Weekend Television, I mean, there's so many stars in this studio. Do you know I'm the only bloke I haven't heard of? And would you believe this? I bumped into Bianca Jagger in the restaurant. And she looks well, she's been on a diet. Lost a stone. I mean... Oh! No, don't stop. Come on. I mean, that restaurant, it is amazing. It is a weird restaurant. If a fly lands on your food, they phone the RSPCA. The waitress... I can wait, I've told you. The waitress, she walked up to me, she said, tea or coffee? I said, I give up, what is it? There was a lady and a gentleman sitting next door to me. All of a sudden, the fella disappeared under the table. Finito vanisho. I thought, funny. I've turned round, I said, madam, I don't know if you've happened to notice, but your husband's just disappeared under the table. She said, he hasn't, he's just walked in. But I've got to tell you, I am feeling depressed tonight. I could take a wobbler at any minute. Today... Yes. It is a shame. Today, my fiancée, she left me. And she's broke the engagement and returned the baby. She was a lovely girl. She was in advertising. She had a card in a newsagent's window. Would you believe this? She wanted me to have Rod Stewart on the show. I said, yeah, sure, because I like to help the vocally handicapped. And, you know, rehearsing for this show, we've had some late nights. And I was walking home the other night, because I hadn't got my cheque. And I'm walking along the river, and all of a sudden I could see two nurses walking towards me. I said, hello, girls, out after hours? They said, we've had hours, you out after yours?
Excuse me, Harry Sims?
Yeah, that's me, love.
Oh, happy birthday, Harry. I've come to give you a kiss of ground.
Oh, thanks.
Mm.
Oh.
Just sign here.
Yeah, sure.
Many happy returns.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Lovely, ta-da.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Harry Sims.
Yeah. Oh! What was that for?
The angry boyfriend-ogram. Would you sign now?
Hello there, a very warm welcome to Sports Spot. And this week I'm delighted to say my special guest is Barry Brown, the highly talented striker who caused something of a sensation recently when he was transferred from Romford United to Barcelona FC for a fee believed to be in the region of £100 million. Hello, Barry.
Hello, Fred.
Well, first of all, tell us about that transfer deal, because it must have taken a lot of arranging.
Well, no, not really. Barcelona saw me play against Potters Bar Athletic. And I very nearly scored. So then they decided that they wanted me, and it was just a case for the IMF to come up with the readies.
And obviously, it was an offer that Romford just couldn't refuse.
Oh, yeah. But it meant a few changes for the club.
Changes? What sort of changes?
Well, they had to move to Guernsey for tax purposes. That was the most difficult part, especially for the home supporters.
And what about yourself? Do you feel a bit strange carrying around this enormous price tag?
Oh, I don't think about it much, except at bath times.
Bath times?
Yeah, when I cut my toenails. And I watch 50 quid's worth of clippings go down the plug hole.
Do you find that other people react to you strangely?
Yeah, especially women. They come up to me and ask for a lock of my hair.
As a souvenir?
Nah, hedge against inflation.
Oh. Well, Barry, finally, I suppose all your fans in England would like to know if the transfer fee has made any difference at all to your game.
Yeah, of course it has, Fred.
In what way?
Well, with my cut of the fee, I'll never have to play again. If you've been abroad this summer, you will have heard this next record. It's a smash hit in Europe, and it's getting that way here. Here's Chris Rea with his new single, I Can Hear You. And she left me for this flat social worker with a Porsche Turbo and a flat in Chelsea. I was cut up at first, but I'm all right now.
You all right, son?
Oh, it's all right, officer. It's the listening bank. Here, mate. Want to buy a ticket?
What?
For the concert, a tenner.
Oh. Oh, yes, that's very reasonable. Yes, all right. Thank you. Yeah. Here, hold on.
What's wrong?
Well, this isn't a concert ticket.
Nah, but it looks like one, doesn't it, John?
No, it doesn't, no, it looks like a ticket for a pair of trousers at Sketchley's.
Well, I never said it was a good seat, did I? I mean, obviously you're going to have to sit at the back, that's all.
But I can't get in there with a dry cleaning ticket.
Of course you can, you paid for it, didn't you?
What about the men at the door?
Morons, John, morons. Believe me, you could get in there with a sweet wrapper.
Oh, well, I might just as well use a sweet wrapper, mightn't I?
Very true, John, very true. Here I have for you a genuine sweet wrapper. Fiver, back of the circle.
No, thank you. I want my money back.
You want your money back? I'm sorry, John, we don't do refunds here. But I can, however, offer you 2 pieces of torn-off newspaper, back of the balcony, late returns.
If you don't give me my money back, I'll find a policeman.
All right, John, we ain't to please. Here's your money.
Ah, thank you. Here, that's not my £10.
It may not exactly be your £10, John, but what is the difference?
Well, the difference is, this is a piece of a cornflake packet.
Sorry about that, had nothing smaller.
Now, come on, give me my £10 back.
All right, John, all right, we ain't to please. There's your tenner.
Right, thank you, at last. Thank you very much. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going home.
Going home?
Yes.
By bus?
Yes.
Want to buy a ticket? But I'm a Cockney from Shepherd's Bush, born within the sound of Bo Peep. My parents, they moved to West London when I was 6. I moved when I was 8. It took me that long to track them down. I live in West London, quite a rough area. I mean, until recently, I thought all publicans had glass in their hair. We wrote off for a home improvement grant. The council sent us a box of matches and £2 to buy a gallon of petrol. And I mean, ladies and gentlemen, why do we live in London? I'll tell you why. Convenience. I mean, there are things we can get easier here in London, but we don't get anywhere else, like mugged. Or burgled. Do you know there's a burglary every 2 minutes? Some burglars are getting burgled while they're out burgling someone else. Some burglars are going home with less than they left there with. It reminds me of my uncle. Now, there's a man who has been victimised, no matter what he's attempted. Attempted theft, attempted blackmail. Do you know he held up Sainsbury's for £16,000 and he insisted they put it in a polythene bag and they still charged him for the bag? And down here in London, we get a load of tourists, don't we? I mean, viewers looking in from the north or from Wales. You must have seen it when you come down to London for a day out or for a week and you're walking around London, middle of the evening, 7 o'clock, and you want to find Trafalgar Square or the Palladium, and you want to ask a local, you can't find a Londoner. Do you know why? Do you know where all the Londoners are? We're all here. We're all in the studios doing television shows. I mean, there's this show, the Chaz and Dave show, Minder, Only Fools and Horses, the Queen's Christmas Message. We get about. And there's all kinds of tourists here. I mean, we have Americans, Italian, French, Greek. Well, actually, the Greeks are not actually tourists. They're looking for a site to set up a restaurant. No, they are. I mean, look at that girl on a kebab. She's done well. And all the restaurants are foreign. I mean, we've got Indian restaurants, Malaysian, African. The only reason we went to the trouble of building an empire was so we'd have somewhere to have a curry on a Saturday night. I mean, look at that fella Tandoori. He's done well. And I love that Indian food. Have you seen the size of their crisps? We talk about London. We're recording a show tonight here in the heart of London. And my American cousin, he's here tonight. I showed him around London today. He loves it. I took him to Piccadilly Circus. I said, what do you think of that? Eros. He said, man, back in the States, we could build that in a week. I've took him to the Trafalgar Square. I said, what do you think of that? He said, Trafalgar Square, we could build that in a month. Just then we came to Westminster in the Houses of Parliament. He said, what's that? I said, I don't know, it wasn't there this morning. Good evening. Can I help you?
Yes. One Manhattan, please, and a silk stockings.
I'm sorry, mate. We don't do nothing like that here.
What? Well, this is a cocktail bar, isn't it?
Nah, it's not one of them posh ones, is it? I mean, this is London's first ever down-to-earth, street-credible cocktail bar. Why do you think it's called the Armpit?
No. Well, in that case, what have you got?
Well, instead of having a Manhattan, you could have a North Acton.
A silk stocking.
Surgical tights, love. Goes down the tree.
It doesn't sound quite the same. Darling, how about a Singapore sling?
Get him, Singapore sling. You can have a plaster and plaster cast.
I'd rather have a Mai Tai.
You mean my bootlace more like it?
Sounds revolting. Darling, how about a slow, comfortable screw?
I'm sorry, sir. We'll have none of that here, if you don't mind. We do a knee trembler. Behind the co-op, if that's what you fancy. Why don't you try one of our armpit specialities?
Such as what?
I dread to think.
Well, there's our parrot's cage, makes your mouth feel like one. There's a knee in the groin, it's you where it hurts. We've got a thumb out on the A4, everything flashes past. Then, of course, there's the gasworks, that speaks for itself, that one. And our very special dole queue.
Dole queue?
You can't wait to get to the end of it. And then there's our bin liner, plastic Mac, hot jock strap.
All right, that's enough. Miranda, I'm not subjecting you to any more of this filth. Let us depart.
Oh, Tarquin. Now, don't be such a spoily sport. Why don't we try one of these funny little jolly concoctions?
Do you know, madam, that is what I like to hear. An adventurous taste bud. And so, especially for you, seeing as you are more used to the swankier sort of cocktail, I'm going to bring for you a super special blue Hawaiian sunset with low-flying swans swooping on the horizon, with a tropical moon set up in that sky.
Oh, sounds delish. I can't wait.
I can.
There you go. During a break in rehearsals for the show, somebody put the radio on and a record came on and I said to our producer, wouldn't it be great if they could do the show? And would you believe it, he's got them? Here they are with their new single, It's Roman Holiday. Isn't it lovely out here? The way the cliffs tower majestically above the deep, swirling blue sea. And the newborn lambs gambling with joy in the green fields. And the deep moon rising on the blue horizon. Almost a perfect day, except...
Except what?
Except I've had to fail you on 3 points, Miss Murphy. Thank you. Oh. Do you know, it's been absolutely fabulous having a show of my own, and I'd like to thank the producer. His name's Paul, but he lets me call him Sir. I went in his office this morning, I stormed in, and I banged my fist on his table, and I demanded a series. Just then he walked in. Mind you, I always knew I'd make it big, but I learnt to accept what nature had given me. because I'm not actually from a showbiz background, although my brother, he's fully involved in entertainment. He watches the telly all day. What I have enjoyed doing is working with all this modern equipment. I mean, even when I was a kid, it only took me 2 months to master the art of the pencil sharpener. And I used to have one of those dinky models of an Aston Martin. And I used to dream it was big enough for me to get in and drive. Now I've got a TR7, and things aren't much different. Well, I mean, they're not very spacious, those TR7s, are they? You don't get a car key, you get a can opener. Mind you, they come in handy as a door jamb, or proposing for a letterbox. And what I have enjoyed doing is working with modern stuff like all this video. I mean, I've just been out and bought a video, they're great, you know. Recording the programmes while you're out. I mean, I've got one of these videos. Now, can you tell me this? Why do they issue videos that record up to a month ahead when the TV Times only tells you what's on for the next 7 days? But it is useful taping programmes you miss when you're out. Trouble is, before I got it, I never went out much. So now I have to force myself to go out, otherwise I wouldn't miss the programmes and the video would be a complete waste of money. In fact, I bought myself a computerised pocket calculator to work out how much I'd have wasted on the video if I hadn't used it. And you know what? It came to nearly as much as I paid for the pocket calculator. Quite Daylight saving, eh? And that's without taking into account the answer phone. Now, that is really handy. I can put it on when I'm working out on the calculator how much I'd have wasted on the video, and I don't have to stop to answer the phone. It would have been even handier if the phone hadn't been cut off because I couldn't pay the bill. Well, I couldn't afford it after spending so much on the video. I mean, wouldn't it be lovely if you could use some of these gadgets at everyday life? Or like an answer phone. You imagine you're at a party and somebody walks up to you, say a fellow who walks up to you and he is boring. Wouldn't it be lovely if you could leave a message on your answer phone? I'm sorry, Mr. Stevenson is unavailable to talk small talk with you. Why don't you go and bore the pants off someone else? Please talk after the following tone. And what about if there was two beautiful, darling dolly birds, and you could look at one while you're videoing the other? Trouble is, you know what would happen? I'd have too much to drink, jump into the TR7, press the remote control and get done for fast forwarding. But where would television be without automation? I mean, this whole studio is automated. I mean, it's a one-man operation. Me. I've been doing the lot. I work the cameras. I cue the applause. I cue the music. I start the roller. I dim the lights. I even do the continuity announcements.
We apologise that there has been no breakdown during the last half hour.
And it has been said that the force of water in there is the same as... What are you looking at? It's the same as swimming in a force 6
Did
gale.
I just hear you mention the fountain in the centre out the front?
Yeah, the big one.
I mean, I've just started here, and I'm telling you, I'm in charge of that fountain. I've got to tell you, Noel, you've got a problem.
Why?
There's no water in the fountain.
I asked on Tuesday for water in the fountain.
You asked for...
On Tuesday, I sent a requisition ahead of fountains for water.
I'm sorry, mate, we've got none.
Last week, I got 4 helicopters, 2 jets, Nicky Lauder. No problem. Why can't I have a fountain
no
with
one
water?
tells me nothing. I'll tell you what we do. What time do you knock off?
Well, we've only got about another 35 minutes or so.
Well, I'll tell you what, because I like you, my mum likes you, my dad don't think too much of it, but my mum likes you. I will do my best.
Thank you.
To get that fountain filled with
Thank you
water.
very much.
Only because I
Could
like
you step on it a bit? Just
Only
a bit of
because I like
speed.
it.
All right, thank you very much. Now,
It's no good being a stand-up comic if you're not fit, because you never know when you've got to run faster than a hostile audience. We've got a young comic coming out here now. He's too funny to have to ever run away from any audience. And boy, is he fit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jeff Stevenson.
Lovely. Thank you. Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, do you like this tracksuit? It was the producer's idea. He said to me, Jeff, you've got to get fit. You've got to start jogging. I said, I'd rather run a mile than go jogging. But everybody's doing it now, aren't they? Everybody is jogging. All the celebrities. Do you know the Duke of Edinburgh goes jogging? Yeah, you can always tell when he's going out for a run. The palace gates open, 2 footmen come out and leave 5 miles of red carpet. Then there's Arthur Scargill, he goes jogging. Well, actually, he doesn't really, because he's been advised to take up athletics. All the miners have told him to take a running jump. Thank you. Oh. Then there's my old mates, the 2 Ronnies. They go jogging. Did you know that? Well, that's not strictly true either. Ronnie Barker just stands still and Ronnie Corbett runs round him. But you read the papers. What do you read? What to eat, what not to eat. Top doctors recommend you mustn't eat butter, milk or cheese. None of them any good for you. That's ridiculous. When was the last time you heard of a cow having a heart attack? And I must say, talking about jogging, I feel a lot better since I took it up. At least that's what the girlfriend says. She says, Jeff, you are feeling better. I have got a lovely girlfriend. She's shaped like a film star, E.T. She's so fat that if the invasion of the body snatchers happened to her, they'd have to make 2 trips. But everywhere you go, life is funny. I mean, I've just started that weightlifting lot. That is good exercise, weightlifting. It's not actually the weightlifting that's the exercise. It's all the hopping about you do when you drop the weight on your foot. And I'm up every morning, 6:30, no matter what time it is. On with a Keep Fit record. Anybody got any Keep Fit records? They're great. I've just bought 3 new ones. Shape Up with Cyril Smith. Look Good with Patrick Moore. And Cleanliness is Next to Godliness by Bernard Manning. Only problem is, by the time I finish the first side, I'm too knackered to turn it over. Then I'm off down down the gym. Everybody goes down the gym, all the big stars. They all go down there for a workout. Britt Ekland, she was there looking for her lost youth, but he'd left 20 minutes earlier. Talking of Britt Ekland, they say that jogging is like making love. And making love is the equivalent of running 5 miles. If that's true, Britt Ekland should be the next Olympic champion. Yul Brynner, you know Yul, he was down there. He dived in the swimming pool. As he dived in, his trunks fell down and some old lady fainted. She thought he split his head open. No, please don't stop. No. And Jimmy Savile, he was there. He was doing 20 lengths of the swimming pool. He wasn't swimming, he was walking. You're talking to Jimmy Savile. If British Rail is so good, why does he run everywhere? I suppose what of all this running, this is the age of the strain. And I've been put on this special diet, nothing but rice all day. It's great until you get in the bath. You swelter twice your size. When I went on that other diet, the F-plan diet, have you been on that? Cool, I thought F stood for fibre. Nah, it's great, great diet. Nothing but baked beans all day. Baked beans, baked beans. All I lost was my friends. But I must say, I love a game of golf. I really do love golf. And I'm playing the other day with my mate, playing golf. We've hit this ball and it's hit this Irishman on the back of his neck. I shouted, 4! He's still there waiting for the other 3. He said to me, Jeff, what do you think of this new golf ball? I said, it looks like any other golf ball to me. He said, this golf ball is brilliant. He said, it is supersonic, it is the business. And when I say it is the business, it is the business. He said, you hit it up fairway. He said, and it lands, and no matter where it is, it bleeps till you see it. I said, that's brilliant. But what happens when it goes in water? He said, in water, it spurts a sail, comes to the top, and bleeps until you see it. I said, where'd you get it? He said, I found it.